The couples on 90 Day Fiance work hard to make their relationships work. Some of them go on to have wonderful lives together, but for the others, things just don't work out. Here's a look at the 90 Day Fiance couples who didn't make it down the aisle. Fans first met Brittany and Yazan on TLC's spinoff 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, when the Florida native headed off to Jordan to be with the man she'd previously met only on video chat. But the happy couple turned into an unhappy couple shortly after Brittany arrived because she brought booze with her on the trip, which didn't sit well with Yazan's conservative Muslim family. Their rift grew even wider when Yazan found out about Brittany's questionable past, involving scandalous social media pictures and the little detail that she was legally still married to another man. Brittany and Yazan's relationship didn't last much longer. Brittany accused Yazan of cheating and claimed to have the screenshots to prove it. During an episode of 90 Day Bears All, Brittany said that his actions, quote, literally broke her heart. Yazan vehemently denied that he cheated, calling the allegations, quote, a complete lie. No matter what actually happened, Brittany and Yazan are definitely over. Stephanie and Erika made headlines as the first same-sex couple in the 90 Day Fiance franchise. 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, saw Stephanie head to Australia to be with Erika after meeting her on Instagram, but they seemed to do better when they were apart. Stephanie was facing serious health problems, and she was also unwilling to be physically intimate with Erika, which put a lot of strain on the relationship, Stephanie argued.
I don't want Erika to think that I'm not attracted to her, but I haven't been intimate with somebody in over a year.
But it was the fact that Stephanie refused to come out to her mom that broke them up in the end. Despite Stephanie's reservations, Erika put her foot down, saying that she'd been in another relationship with a woman who wasn't out and had no intention to do it again. Stephanie retorted that she didn't want Erika to pressure her, smashing a bowl in her anger. Their relationship ended that night. Cortney matched with Antonio on a dating app when she was visiting Spain and continued messaging him after she returned home. Even though he never wanted to connect over a video call, nevertheless, Cortney persisted, and the couple appeared on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. The series depicted Cortney heading to Spain to visit her man and being left at the airport when he wouldn't pick her up. After they did finally meet in person, the Spaniard refused to commit to their relationship, so Cortney went home confused and sad. By that point in their story, there were clear red flags regarding Antonio, but it took one more serious upset, Antonio being in the United States, but not taking the time to visit Cortney, for Cortney to finally call things off. She broke up with him over FaceTime. Like many other 90 Day Fiance couples, Darcey Silva, an American mother of two in her 40s, and Jesse Meester, a 20-something Dutch personal trainer, met online. Darcey eventually popped over to Amsterdam to spend time with her beau in person, but things didn't go as planned. Jesse dished about the early days of their relationship on an episode of TLC Go's 90 Day Fiance What Now, saying,
but once I started spending time with her, I saw a side of Darcey which I didn't like.
He went on to complain about Darcey's alleged binge drinking, emotional manipulations, and overdramatic personality, all of which contributed to their eventual breakup. Darcey accused Jesse of not only being manipulative, but also of using her for fame and personal gain. Despite the drama, Darcey is doing great. She and her sister secured their own spin-off show called Darcey and Stacey, and she is, quote, really happy in life. Jesse Meester wasn't the only foreign man that broke Darcey Silva's heart on TLC. Darcey ended things with Jesse and then moved on to Tom Brooks, a British man. 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, showed Darcey and Tom soldiering through a long-distance relationship and then later meeting in person in London, where things quickly went downhill. Later, Tom came to New York and he and Darcey agreed to meet. Darcey and Tom continued to struggle to connect, with him citing the long distance as the source of his coldness. But it turned out that there was more to the story, as Tom later revealed to Darcey that he'd fallen in love with another woman, and then proceeded to snarkily ask her if she'd put on weight. Darcey sprang back from her breakup once again and started dating a Bulgarian named Gorgi. However, it's unclear if they're still together. Avery met Australian relationship coach Ash online, and they became a long-distance couple. but things quickly went awry when Avery found out that Ash got text messages from his single female clients at all hours of the night. Avery was also uncomfortable with Ash's job, claiming that because he helped smooth over other couples' drama, he was way too adept at smoothing over their own drama without actually getting to the root of the problem. Despite their issues, Avery and Ash ended the season as a couple. It wasn't until the reunion tell-all show that they revealed their breakup, and it wasn't Ash's career that caused it. It was a diet. Avery said that they had planned to go on a diet together, but not only did Ash not stick to the plan, he also lied to her about it. Sean and Abby caused quite a stir on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days because of their 27-year age difference. The young Haitian woman met the American man online, and despite their significant age gap, they enjoyed several months of happy coupledom. Sean proposed to Abby when he visited her in Haiti, but their engagement didn't last very long after the cameras stopped rolling. They both announced their breakup in since-deleted social media posts in March of 2018. Abby insinuated in Instagram comments that they split because Sean wouldn't make firm plans to move his life and be with her, writing, "He just needs to stop making plans and actually start working on them." Her heartbreak didn't last long though, as Abby announced on Instagram in June of 2020 that she's now a married woman. Ricky and Ximena had quite the dramatic storyline on Season 2 of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. The photographer from Ohio originally went down to Colombia to meet a different woman named Melissa. When his first lady love rejected his advances, Ricky moved on to Ximena. She was pretty pissed about being his second choice, but quickly got over it so she could accept his marriage proposal. Their engagement lasted about as long as Ricky's romantic pursuit of Melissa. Ximena and Ricky announced their breakup on the tell-all reunion episode, with Ricky claiming that he ended things because his daughter wasn't comfortable with how quickly the relationship was progressing. When Rosemarie from the Philippines met American Ed Brown on Facebook, she thought they were in an open, honest relationship, but Ed was no stranger to lying. He revealed that he'd lied to Rosemarie, often referred to as Rose on the show, about his height, claiming to be 5'2" when he was actually 4'11". He also lied about something much, much bigger, his desire to have more kids. Ed, or Big Ed, as he's called, waited until he was in the Philippines with Rosemarie to tell her that he was going to get a vasectomy. This lie was the deal breaker for Rosemarie, as she'd clearly expressed her desire to have 2 children, so she told Ed that she was done with him. How did Ed feel about the split? In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, he revealed that he regretted his lies, saying,
"I'm learning that.
Yeah.
You know, even though you have strong feelings for somebody, it's better, to get it out in the open. And if not, it's going to come back and bite you."
On 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, Timothy was instantly floored by Jeniffer's good looks, so much so that he got involved with her long distance and even went down to South America for a visit. But her good looks weren't enough to sustain their love. In 90 Day Fiance, self-quarantined, Timothy revealed that money and time put a lot of strain on the relationship. He said they had plans to get her a visa to come to America, but he had to do some saving in order to afford it. Jeniffer wasn't all that understanding of his money problems, and she accused him of putting work before her, as he had to buy expensive equipment for his business. Things unraveled from there, with Tim explaining,
"She didn't want to come anymore, and we stopped talking. We were done."
A handsome, older American man named David met a gorgeous young Ukrainian woman named Lana on a dating website. They chatted online for hours at a time and fell in love, but when David went to meet her in person, she didn't show up. She explained it away, and they made new plans to meet, but then she didn't show yet again. That happened over and over until David, convinced something was wrong, hired a private investigator to find his missing lady love. The investigator was successful. The pair finally met, and they got engaged. David and Lana's story was documented on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, but Lana later revealed in an Instagram story that their saga was, quote, 90% scripted. Even the engagement was reportedly just for the show. But now, Lana is done with the lies, and their fake engagement is over because, as Lana said, "I no longer wanted to participate in this stupidity that we created." Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more list videos about your favorite celebrities are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.